Bismillah, welcome back, Zoo Crew. So, for those of you who are not living under a rock, if you check the currency exchange right now for Iranian rial to US dollar, you will see it is now at zero. However, if you do the opposite, you will see that it still has some value, right? So, what does this mean? Essentially, nobody wants to be holding Iranian rials right now, but Iranian rials, like the people in Iran, do want to be holding US dollars, right? And this is partially in due to the bank run. So, a bank run is essentially when people lose faith in their government and they go and withdraw their money from the bank. And with fractional reserve banking, let's say I have like $100 in my checking account, the bank will now loan that $100 out to 10 other people, right? And so now if everybody comes to collect for their $100, obviously not everyone's going to get their money, right? So this is what a bank run is in simple terms. And this is all possible because we have fiat currency, right? So, as I've mentioned many times, this is why it's very important to hold gold and silver regardless of what the economy is doing. When the economy is doing good, gold and silver prices are down, so that's the time you want to be buying it. When the economy is not doing so good, you're going to see the prices go up, right? So, in Canada right now, 1 ounce of gold is trading for $4,000. And if you look, so like in history, like this has always been the case, and in my opinion we will probably see gold hit $12,000 per ounce. I would not be surprised. And the thing is, like, something Stefan used to say when talking about gold and these kind of things was like, so in ancient times, like 1 ounce of gold would get you like armor and a sword, etc., right? So the equivalent today would be like a finely tailored suit, a haircut, etc., right? So gold will always hold its value. You can put it in the ground and go dig it up after a few years and it's still going to hold its value. Now when we have all these crypto bros being like, oh well, crypto is like digital gold. So let's say you were holding Bitcoin or something and you lived in Iran and now you have no access to the internet. What good is your digital gold? It's useless. So this is why it's very important to hold real gold and real silver, aka real money. And I mean, I don't really want to go into the whole like explanation of what fiat currency is. Like, it's fucking 2026, so you should all be aware of what fiat currency is and why that's like the main culprit for the mess we're in, right? And really, like, it's because we have fiat currency that there's so much inflation around the world. People can just literally print, and it's not backed by anything, right? So, really, I guess in simple terms, when we're talking about fiat currency, it's just that it's not real money. It's like in Monopoly, right? When the bank runs out of money, they can just print more money. They make fake money and the bank keeps track of it, right? So, yeah, it's a crazy world, and money is not a real thing, which is why it's a very bad idea to hold on to money. Money, or let's say currency, is only valuable when it's in circulation, right? Velocity of money, that's like a key theme in economics. Really, I believe everyone should study economics because, like, everything I'm saying, everything that I've predicted, it's all very simple economics, simple history, simple philosophy. It's nothing that crazy. It's just people choose to be ignorant and people choose to just live in their little fucking bubble. And again, like, most people are just educated idiots. Like, they went to school and they think, oh, now I know everything I need to know. I don't need to learn anything else. And then, like, whoop de fucking do, you go into the real world and you realize, like, well, that's not the case, right? So literally everything that's been going on in Iran, like, me and Mina discuss these things, and then, like, I'll be like, okay, well, I think this is what's gonna happen, and then sure enough, the next day, this is what fucking happens, right? So it's not like I have some crystal ball. It's not like I came from the fucking future. It's just that I have a understanding of economics, history, and then I'm able to think critically, right? The main piece is most people don't know how to think critically, so I suggest you all learn how to think critically. I suggest you all learn some basic economics, some basic finance, because finance is the language of the world. As much as people don't want to learn about money, like, if you don't know the language of money, you will have a very hard time in this world, right? Because money literally makes the world go round. And it's like if you're learning how to code, right? Like there's multiple languages in coding, like C++, GUI, etc. Same thing with languages like French, English, etc. Like these are all languages you're using to communicate. And the world communicates in terms of finance and money, right? So everything that's going on, like everyone's playing chess right now, and where it's like you just got to follow the money, right? Same thing with inflation. Like the closer you are to the central banks, the better inflation is for you because your assets will absorb the inflation, right? And then when we're talking about like sanctions and stuff, like these are just a form of control. Like they're trying to control their enemies, but really, who's paying the price of this? It's the actual citizens, right? Because the elite class, the political class, it doesn't matter what country you're in, they're never really affected by these things, right? Rules don't apply to people with money. And a great example is COVID. How many like massive parties were going on, fundraising events, etc., where you're not supposed to have like more than 5 or 10 people in a room. Meanwhile, all these people are just having huge parties, right? And it's like a COVID fundraiser or whatever. It's because the rules don't apply when you have money. It's just suggestions, right? Same thing like if you're like a millionaire and you just like driving fast, you'll go and get speeding tickets. And what do? You pay the ticket, right? Anytime you get like in trouble, you just pay the fine and you go on with your life. So the rules really only apply to people without money, which is like fucked when you think about it. And this is probably why people with money have no morals and no ethics for the most part. There are a handful of people, but really, like, the most successful people in this world right now are those who lack general ethics and morals, and money is their god and their form of control, right? So, yeah, that's it for today's Zoo Crew. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.